red thing. Yep. See the red thing in there. Sweet. I'll be drinking coffee, smoking a big cigar. I knew I had it done. I know I can't be free. And those people keep moving. That's where torture's gonna be. Yeah. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Long Beach Barbecue Festival, the West Coast Premier Barbecue Festival. I'm getting hungry just smelling some of these delicious barbecue.
Wood fire burn.
Yeah, some good stuff coming out today. We're the Mighty Cash Cats. We've got it here in Long Beach, and we're having a party this afternoon. You're all invited to it. If you want to sing along one of these songs, just feel free. Bring it. guys were based here in the LA area. We do a little bit of traveling. We just got back from Ireland, did a 10-day tour there. And last year we was up in the Great American West, up in Wyoming and the Dakotas, Colorado, and Montana. And there's a tune about Montana where the deer and the antelope play. And they like to play right in front of your van.
They like to play Red Rover.
Yeah, stop. Get off my road. Resting as he went along his way. When only once a mattered, red-eyed clouds of sun plowing through the ragged sky. Still on fire. Shiny and her hot breath you could feel. coming through there?
That was coming from your acoustic guitar. I don't know, but it stopped, so I'm not sure what you did to it, but it's nothing on our end.
Look at those chocolate covered batteries. They look good, yeah. Selection and assortment of battery. Got a car battery, I'm gonna need it. Oh, what a beautiful day. I didn't know we were gonna play in front of this beautiful lake. It's a nice breeze.
Oh, people sleeping in or missing a good day.
I know. Gonna get myself some barbecue. Guys, gotta tell me which the qualities of all the barbecues. There's a little tune called Jukebox.
No, I'm a nasty guitar player, man.
I believe that. Nah, you a nice guitar player, man.
I'm a wicked guitar player, man. You know, we play a lot of casinos. This is the part of the show that Leticia and I do our dance. Ready, baby? Wait a second, I forgot we took this out of the show. You know, Leticia and I have been together almost 9 years. About a month ago, I stepped her on the foot, you know, she sued me. You got Larry Parker, that guy, on all those talk shows. But you had nothing, you threw it out, you had nothing on me.
Appeal pending.
Lifetime friends. Now Bob Dylan credits Johnny what inspired him to be a singer and a songwriter. Johnny Cash credits Bob Dylan what inspired him to write songs about social justice. In 1964, Johnny Cash and June Carter won a Grammy for Best Country Duet of the Year in a song written by Bob Dylan. Away from my window, leave as your road to sleep. I'm not the one you wanted. I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone who will promise never to come. Someone to close his eyes to you. Someone to close his heart. Someone to die for you and no, 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 it ain't me there. It ain't me all of me. Someone to close his eyes to. Someone to close his heart. Someone to guide me with love. No, 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 it ain't me you're looking for. Oh. Away from all we know, leave at your own to speak. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone, promise never to part. Someone to close his eyes to. Someone to close his heart. Someone to guide me with love. No, 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 it ain't me you're looking for. That ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. Me you're Thank you very much. We're the Mighty Cash Cats. And someone took off with our banner. I don't know where the heck it went. We worked kind of late last night. And the last time Leticia got up this early, it was the last time we went to bed this late. But Mom, it's a great day out here. Mom always wanted me to get a day job, so here we are in the daytime. Oh, you want to know our names? Well, that's what's coming up next. We're the Mighty Cash Cats, and I think we left without our banner this morning. We must apologize to you, but we got in kind of late last night and drove down from Ventura this morning. We're the Mighty Cash Cats, and on the guitar, he's all the way from Seattle, Washington. He joined us about 6 years ago, and you know, when he first came down, I had to explain to Oliver what that blue stuff was. Oliver, that's a sky. There's no rain, no clouds in it, that ain't white. Oliver Thin on the guitar. And the newest member of our band. Now, if I tell you how old he is, you might guess Leticia's age. I just want to let you know he just graduated Westmont College. He's born in the mid-90s. I feel old already.
1990.
Yeah, a little later. He just graduated the proud of Westmont College in Santa Barbara. That's Tim McDonald. And on the bass and the vocals, Leticia tells me, Michael, Jay never have a story about me, but you know, she grew up in suburban Philadelphia, and the most exciting thing you told me when your pet rabbit got loose, was that it?
Nah, it's when the chain on the
No,
snowblower
that's
broke.
horrible. But actually, I do have a story. We did a reality TV show in Germany last year called RTL Punk T12. It's not about punk, it's point of view. And, you know, I got a little secret for you. Reality TV is not real. You got a light man, a cameraman, a sound man, and a director. Right in your face, and they actually return the lines.
Shock.
The last scene of the show, the director Hans came up to me and said, I want you and the Fraulein to argue. You need a rehearsal. I said, hell no. We've been rehearsing for the last 7 years.
It was the ride up here.
Even the way up here. On the bass and vocals, that's Leticia Blumette, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm Michael J. And people say, what does J stand for? It stands for J, J-A-Y. You know, Johnny Cash, we do a Johnny Cash tribute, and we've been kind of over the map, over the West, and we just got back from Ireland. Last year was in France and Israel and Germany. But Johnny Cash spent most of the 60s up in Southern California, right in Ventura. That part he remembers, and he wrote this next song Leticia's going to do when I was living in Ventura.
Texas border town was a boy and his guitar, and the people came from all around and all the blue. From there, Austin was slipping away from home and put jewelry and hard to take the trip to come and listen to the little dark hair boy played the Tennessee flat top box, and he was ready. Happy all the time and all the good. From 99, we're snapping fingers, tapping toes, and begging him don't stop and hypnotize. And fascinated, that little dark hair boy played the Tennessee flat top box, and he was town, but all the girls still dreamed about him and hung around the cabaret until the doors were locked. And then one day on the hit parade there was a little dark-haired boy who played the Tennessee flat top box, and he was
Time to get this party started.
clap your hands if you feel it.
We got married in the fever, hotter than a pepper spot. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the bar went out. I'm going to Jackson, I'm gonna mess around. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson, look out Jackson town. keep me on your side. You give me cause for the love that I can't hide. For you I'd not even try to turn the tide. Because you're mine, I walk the line. As your night is dark and day is light, oh, I've got you on my mind both day and night. And happiness, I know proves that it's right. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Watch on this heart of mine. I'll keep my eyes wide open all the time. I'll keep the ends out for the time behind. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Thank you very much. You know, it seemed really great to see the Los Angeles Rams banner over at the sports shop over there. Go Rams, huh? Football back in LA. Now, if you just passed out 21 years ago, you know, and then you woke up and said, oh, the LA Rams back in the Coliseum. Oh, that's cool. I'm from Orange County. All right. Go Rams, huh? We got nonstop entertainment today. After us, we're going to have a band called We got on a band called Official Business. And what kind of music you guys do? They're funk. They do a lot of good funk music, so you got to stick around, man. Catch these dudes. There's some hot music gonna come out. Everybody knows Johnny Cash is a little bit of a heck raiser. Do I have to do this G-rated?
Keep it.
But in 1968, you know, he married June Carter, found the Lord, and gave up his drinking and drugging. He only relapsed maybe 2 or 3 times after that.
It's actually pretty good.
He said my little girlfriend's Betty Ford. You know, he'd like to drive out to Betty Ford Clinic down there in Palm Springs. But every show he'd like to do these one gospel, a spiritual tune. Here's a tune written by his longtime guitar player, good friend of his, called Perkins. There's a silver lining behind every cloud. Us poor people, that's all we were. Making a living on black nickel. Getting together in a family circle, singing loud. Daddy sang bass.
Mama sang tenor.
Me and little brother joined right in there.
Singing it seems to help a troubled soul.
Now all these days it won't be long. Are we join them in a song? Get together at the family circle like a throw. No, the circle won't be broken by and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sang bass.
Mama sang tenor.
Me and little brother John right in there in the sky, Lord, in the sky. After work, Mama was calling all of us. You could hear us singing for a country mile. Now little brother has gone on. Now we're joining him in a song. Get together, the family circle out of the road. Daddy sang bass.
Mama sang tenor.
Me and little brother John right in there, singing seems to help a troubled soul. Now one of these days it won't be long. Now we join him in a song. Yeah, the family circle out the road. Now will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaited in the sky, Lord, in the First approaching, for to carry my mother as along with the circle, the unbroken by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
We sang all the songs of our childhood, songs of peace and harmony, the songs of mother, they built us. Will you hear me to sing love?
Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better one awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Sunday morning. Will the circle be unbroken? Everybody, by and by, Lord, by and by. Hallelujah! There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
I haven't seen him yet.
Very much. We're the Madagascar Cats. I'd like to feature Leticia on a couple of songs right now, a couple of country songs. I'm going to start with a tune by that little Canadians, Don't Work, Shania Twain.
Thank you so much for having us here at the Long Beach Barbecue Festival. I'm gonna get myself some ribs. Pork, beef, I'm ready. Chicken.
Hey, looky yonder coming down the railroad track. Looky yonder coming down the railroad track. I'll take that orange blossom special, bring my baby back. Oh, I'm going down to Florida, get some sand in my shoe. Maybe California, I'll get some sand in my shoe. Yeah, I'll take that orange blossom special, I'll visit New York blues. Yeah. Well, talk about a rambling, fast train on the line. Yeah, talk about a rambling, fast train on the line. Yeah, I'll take that orange blossom special, rolling down the Seymour line. You know, last night I was over at Union Station, you know, up there, downtown Los Angeles, you know the one I'm talking about. When a big railroad detective come up to me and said, "Hey, what you do around here so late at night?" And you know what I told him? I said, "I'm just looking for my baby." He said, "Hey, don't you know it's bad around here so late at night?" And I told him, "I've got a real bad baby. Oh, I've been here for fast train on the line. Talk about a rambling, fast train on the line. Is that orange blossom special, rolling down the Seymour line? Ladies and gentlemen, on the guitar, Oliver Finn. That's Oliver Finn on the guitar. And give that beat old so sweet on the drums. We got Tim and McDonald. That's Tim on the drums. Thank you very much. And on the bass and the vocals. You know, I was just reading in Bass Player magazine about 2 months ago. It had a cover story on female bass players. And the title of the article, front page article, "When it's time to stop saying female bass player."
Right
And
now.
I'll say this right now. I'm just going to say on the bass and the vocals,
Immediately.
Leticia, Blumette.
The Jackson. You go ahead, Rick, you go play with anything, talk of anything, great big fool of yourself. You're gonna Jackson.
forget we got a great band coming up for it right after us, huh? It's time to take this train home. On a guitar, Howard Finn on the drum, McDonald, Leticia, Blumette on Thank you very much.